Water traps, cleverly designed by the Japanese Imperial Army. Of all the comments, private messages, and emails that I got, I am so surprised that many have already encountered water traps on their treasure hunting projects. Some were even very close at recovering the treasure deposit when suddenly, a sudden burst of water had engulfed the item, filling the entire hole with endless amount of water. For those who do not know anything about water trap, it is a dangerous type of trap that was cleverly designed by the Japanese Imperial Army to protect their hidden Yamashita treasure through the use of massive amount of water. This trap often gets triggered when you dug your way towards the location of the hidden item, but you did it by following the wrong path or direction. You have to know that the Japanese Imperial Army had placed signs or markers, not just from the surface, but also under the ground at random level of depths. Their purpose is to guide you into the proper directions, to safely dig the correct pathways towards the hidden treasure deposit. Thus, it makes the retrieval operation of the item a lot much easier and safe. Anyway, water traps are most likely encountered on excavation sites, where there are sources of water nearby, such as river, creek, pond, or lake. So, if your excavation site is far from such sources of water, then you can rest assured that you won't be dealing with water trap. However, there is a huge possibility that you may encounter contaminated layer of soil, as covered on the previous video. One of the common setup on how the Japanese Imperial Army had hidden their treasure by using water trap was that they dug beneath the water table during the dry season. You have to know that during the dry season, the surface level of the water tends to go down. Thus, they were able to dig a lot deeper down the ground. Let's have here a simple example. What you are seeing on the illustration is the level of the water table during the dry season. So, let's assume that the Japanese Imperial soldiers had dug their way down at this depth, and it was the spot where they left the treasure. Now, let's assume that you have figured everything about the hidden treasure deposit on that site, and you are able to dig the correct spot. However, it isn't the dry season, where the level of the water table is high. As a result, when you are already near the hidden treasure deposit, water is endlessly filling up your hole. So, no matter how powerful the water pumps that you are using, they won't still be good enough against dealing with the water table. Thus, when we are going to work on a certain excavation site, where there is a possible water trap that is involved, then we will most likely going to operate it only during the dry season. On some cases, there's also water traps that were cleverly designed by the Japanese Imperial Army that does not involve the dry season or water table. We are going to cover them on the next video. Did you enjoy watching my video? If yes, and if you are new to my channel, then you may want to subscribe, like this video, and hit the small notification bell icon. By subscribing and hitting the bell icon, you will receive alerts or notifications about my new published videos. If you want a reading material about treasure hunting, then you may want to visit my blogging website at treasurehunt.club. Thank you very much for watching, and happy treasure hunting.